I think I've looked at every Knack pack that's come out since first reviewing the Series 1 back in 2020, and the Series 2 is my favorite design so far. In this video, I'll show you the features on the newer bag, and then in a future video coming up, I'll show you the differences between the Series 1 and Series 2 so you can decide which version works best for you. The bag that I have here is the Series 2 Knack pack in the medium size, which is designed to convert between a day pack and a travel backpack. And the smaller size lets this fit under the airplane seat in both unexpanded and expanded mode. I found the dimensions of about 19 by 12 to be fairly accurate for the length and width. The listed depth of 4.5 inches is only possible if you don't pack a ton in this bag. The way I have it packed now in unexpanded mode, it's about 6.5 to 7 inches. And then you can see all the added capacity here when I pop out the expansion zipper, which is gonna make this bag about 9 to 9.5 inches deep when fully packed. I'm curious about the capacity because this bag seems slimmer than other packs I have of the same capacity, so I'll fill it with packing peanuts, transfer it into this marked container to test it. All right, I got this thing packed pretty tightly here, including the front pocket. All right, as you can see, I had a hard time getting this thing packed all the way up to the 24-liter mark. I was only able to fit just below 20. I'd say unexpanded, this is about a 19-liter pack. Now I'll repeat the test in expanded mode so you can see what the total capacity on this bag is. All right, we got the bag fully packed out in expanded mode now. Transferring the peanuts into the marked container. So that 35-liter capacity is a little ambitious. I was only able to get it up to about the 30-liter mark. So in reality, this bag is more like a 19 expanded to a 30-liter bag. Fortunately, they make the Knack pack in 2 sizes, so if you did need that extra capacity, I would bump up to the large size. For the fabric on the Series 2, they went with this medium weight 420 liter nylon with a very tight weave, which I think gives the bag a smooth look, which generally matches the aesthetic on this bag of a nice, sleek looking pack. They use a PU coating on the fabric, which gives it some decent water resistance, but this isn't a waterproof bag. Like the fabric, Knack uses good quality zippers and hardware. They have large number 8 YKK zippers on the main exterior pockets, and then smaller number 5s on all the accessory pockets. And for added security, the 2 main zippers are locking. You can use a regular travel lock or one of these little night eyes. Micro locks works great too. Now looking at the exterior components on the Series 2, have a large front organizational compartment, side water bottle pocket, several carry handles on the back, external laptop compartment, luggage pass-through sleeve, and a secret pocket. Instead of several smaller pockets on the outside of the bag, the Series 2 has one large main exterior organizational pocket. There's some good capacity in here because of the way they sewn these front panels. This thing pops out from the bag a little bit, gives this compartment its own volume. You can store your gear in the main pocket here or in one of the many sleeves and dividers. There's a range of sizes going from these smaller dividers here, pens, pencils, these little stretchy divider cords. These 2 dividers on the top are quite a bit deeper, going down to here, large one here, and then this one on the top has a fuzzy lining for stuff that you want to keep protected, like sunglasses or a cell phone. Additionally, there's a small hook here if you want to attach a key leash, and then a large zippered mesh pocket on the lid side. Next, we have a single side water bottle pocket. The zipper opening for this looks small, but this pocket is actually deceptively large. The style of this pocket has the capacity on the inside rather than sticking out from the outside of the pack. This is gonna give your bag a much sleeker look when you have this zipper closed, but your bottle is gonna take up capacity from the inside of the bag. Even though this pocket is quite deep, it's much wider on the bottom and it tapers up to the top. You can easily fit something like this slimmer 16-ounce water bottle in here. And then because this pocket is so deep, you can actually fit a much larger bottle. This is 900 milliliters, almost a liter, as long as the bottle is skinny. So that one's gonna fit in there also just fine. However, the wider, fatter bottles, like the metal ones or this 1-liter Nalgene, are gonna be too wide to fit in this pocket. The carry system on the Series 2 is stowable, and it works well in both the unexpanded and the expanded modes. The shoulder straps are moderately wide. They have a softer closed-cell foam inside and a breathable mesh backing. For some comparisons, these are going to be thinner than packs on Able Carry and Air, which tend to be some of the thickest straps that you can get, but they're going to be more padded than those on the Peak Design travel backpack. It's also an easy to adjust sternum strap here. It slides up and down this little rib. And if you don't want this thing these straps are removable. The shoulder straps are designed to be removable with these little metal clips on the bottom, which I think tend to be more durable than plastic buckles. You can tuck the straps inside this top pocket, zip it up, and that gives you the ability to carry the bag in briefcase mode. The back padding here is a single piece of molded foam. It has some rigidity, but it's still quite flexible. And then you can see from the side here how the pads compress, that it's very soft while still having some great air ventilation channels. And it's worth noting that the medium-size Series 2 doesn't come with a hip belt. If you wanted that feature, then the large Series 2 does come with one. You don't really need a hip belt in unexpanded mode, but this bag can get a little heavy when it's expanded, so it would be nice to have the hip belt option. They do sell a separate hip belt, but the connectors aren't compatible with the loops on this pack. A good feature would have been to add the fabric loops on the corners like the large Series 2 has, so you could add the hip belt option if you wanted it. Also on the back here, behind the back padding, there's a large luggage pass-through sleeve here if you want carrying this bag over the handle on a rolling suitcase, which I think is a nice feature to have. And then finally, we have a hidden pocket in the luggage pass-through sleeve. It's really hard to see because there's a fabric flap that covers the zipper. This pocket is thin, but it's actually quite large, taking up the volume from about here down to here and over to here. The final exterior feature is a dedicated side access laptop compartment. It's able to hold up to a 15-inch laptop. I'm able to fit my 15.5-inch Dell in here without a problem, but I don't think it's gonna hold anything larger. It's very well padded on the back. There's a thinner piece of padding on the front here. It goes up all the way to this zipper, and there is no false bottom, but there is some decent protection with the back padding and the seams on these zippers here in the bottom, so you should be okay as long as you don't set the bag down too hard. Now moving around to the interior organization, this is where the bag gets all its versatility from because it basically has two main compartments. There's a smaller one on the front that has a lot of pockets. Unexpanded, this is gonna be most of the volume on this pack. You can see from the side, it's the full volume in front of the laptop compartment. It has a top opening zipper, so this thing's not gonna fold out all the way, more intended to be the daypack portion of the bag. There's some good organization in here, a mesh sleeve on the lid side. There's two larger pockets on the back, a fabric one and a mesh pocket, and then another fuzzy lined sleeve on the bottom for a tablet or an e-reader. And then there's just the main volume on this compartment. It's large enough if you wanted to put some kind of medium or small packing cubes, but there's also enough room for a toiletry kit and a light jacket. So if you pack light enough, you could use just this main section for a shorter weekend trip. However, if you're carrying more gear than that, one of my favorite things about this bag is the ability to expand it. It's like a packing cube expansion zipper here. Allows you to pop this bag open, give you another about 10 liters capacity into this large suitcase style compartment. This pocket has a 3-sided zipper, lets you open the lid completely, lay flat like a clamshell. Unexpanded, there's almost no volume in here. It's thin, maybe enough for a light jacket. But when you pop out the expansion zipper, it's gonna add another almost 10, 11 liters of volume into this back section. This is gonna give you much more room to store the bulk of your clothes and large items when you travel. And in addition, there's another large mesh zipper pocket here on the lid. These wider 14-inch packing cubes aren't gonna work great because the bag is only 12 inches wide. The Knack pack makes packing cubes that are gonna basically work perfectly in here. This is the large size. I only have one, but you can see two of those are gonna fit pretty much perfectly in there. If you have another thinner packing cube on the top, that's also gonna give you a little bit of extra room for something like a toiletry kit. And then for some added stability, has a little cinch strap here to help keep your gear in place. The best way to pack this Series 2 is to put all your clothes, large, bulky items that you don't need access to every day in this back compartment. That means you travel in expanded mode, you open this up, take all your gear out when you get to your hotel, squish it down, and then you're already ready to go with a 24-liter day pack with all your gear already in it, and you don't need to reorganize anything. That's what the bag looks like on me in expanded mode. I think this is a decent, comfortable carry. The shoulder straps fit me well, padded enough to work well with a bag of this size. And really, since it's realistically only about a 30-liter pack, it's kind of hard to pack this thing heavy enough to put a lot of weight in there. However, if you did have a lot of stuff in here, it would be nice to have that hip belt option. In summary, the Knack Series 2 is a versatile, well-organized travel backpack. The ability to add the extra 10 liters of capacity in expansion mode allows you to use this as both a functional day pack and a well-organized travel backpack, letting you switch between the two modes without having to reorganize your gear. That's all I have for the Knack Series 2 expandable travel backpack. I hope you stick around for my review comparing the Series 1 with the Series 2, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about either of these bags. And again, thanks for watching.